Clarence, take your hand off the stick. Clarence, we are lost. Where are we going? We are in the middle of the Siberian tundra, stuck on a bush. Okay, let's just get out and assess the problem. Oh my god, I can't even get out the door. Well, here it is. Let me give you a tour of what I'm working with here out in this wasteland. This is the Clarence Research and Propulsion Rover, also known as the Crapper. It's pretty cool, huh? Yeah, I like this thing. It took me a little while. It is a behemoth of a vehicle, to say the least. Not the best at traversing rough terrain, I will say. Maybe my design could have been better, but I'll give you a tour of what this thing is. So, in the front, this is the cockpit. Massive thing. It's a double pilot type of situation. There's spots for 2 different pilots up there. There is this functional winch in the front here, so there's 3 different rope winches, so you could connect up ropes to an object and pull it in like how a truck does, right? Pretty heavy duty stuff. These massive tires, 8 tires in total. It is powered by diesel right here. Here's the fuel tank for about, I don't know, half capacity or so, but it is powered by diesel. In the back here, we have roughly 60,000 newtons worth of thrust in the event that I need it, in case I get stuck in a pothole, which I will show you in a second. And that's more or less the outside. Here is the ladder to get up. I will say, bro, it is so hard to get through doors when the vehicle is tilted. This is ridiculous. Well, anyways, here is, you know, like the research station where all the Clarences do their work, the science that they collect. In the back here, we have the engine room. Clarence standing on the diesel engine, for God's sakes. Well, it is powered by this little small portable engine to kickstart it, and then the rest just goes so long as there is enough diesel in the engines. And then down in the hallway here, this is the cockpit up front. Like I said, it is a double pilot situation. Clarence, move. God, it is so hard to move around this thing. The main pilot can stay there, and then the co-pilot is there. And then here is the storage locker unloading bay, you could say. I'll show you something really cool that I designed. Let's start by getting in the pilot seat. Let's activate the typewriter. So, okay, we're getting unstuck a little bit. That's actually not too bad. But if I were to get too stuck, we can just do this. Whoa! Jesus Christ. It's a little bit overzealous, I will say, these thrusters. Okay, we're gonna land in the river. Hold on. All right, sorry, Clarence. Your injuries are not workplace related. All right, well, there we go. Nice and unstuck. Not too bad. Oh, wait, Clarence fell out. Okay, I don't know how that happened. Well, what I wanted to show you was if you press F on this thing. Oh, booyah, baby. Look at that. Like a hinge door. I thought that would be so cool. It's a toggle thing, too, so you can just, like, toggle it on and off. That's so rad. This thing took me maybe, like, 2 hours to build. Wasn't too hard. I mean, I'm going to go through some vehicle building in a second, but yeah, this is just a little bit of what's possible with Create Aeronautics. But anyways, Clarence, move. Like I said, we are stuck in this tundra, and I think what we need to do is build a research station. We need to assess where we are on this planet, and we'll build a little outpost and then maybe experiment more with these thrusters. I will say this is kind of an amalgamation of different Create mods, and I know I'm getting inundated with questions about like what mods do I use. I'm pretty much using nearly every Create mod add-on you can think of, and this is all going to be in a mod pack that's not released yet. It's still pending approval. It'll take a couple weeks to happen, but very soon you'll be able to play just like this, assuming that you want to use the mod pack that I make. You can obviously download as many add-ons as you can think of right now. I'm using tons of stuff, like the propulsion engines are from Create Propulsion Simulated. This diesel stuff, I think that's from Create Diesel Generators or something, but most of this is just aeronautics, like the tires and stuff. Anyways, let's get to building. Let's start by building some sort of tarmac, maybe out of concrete, just to have a spot to park this behemoth. Is there actual asphalt? Asphalt. Oh, there is. Let's go. That actually might be kind of nice. Look at that. There's so many blocks that I could use. Okay, that's not a bad starting area. That's some nice texture. And I think what I'm going to do is not just build like a hangar or a garage for this thing, because it's huge. It's absolutely massive. I mean, let me bring it over. Like, I think it would honestly take up a lot of just this spot. Look at that. It's huge. So what I'll probably do is just park it out front and like maybe build a bridge. I don't know. God, it's huge. I didn't think it was going to be that big when I brought it over. Just put it there for now. It looks so rad, man. I'm so proud of this thing. I will say, by the way, maybe this is just my faulty design, but this thing sucks at going up hills, and I think it gets stuck on these blocks down here with these redstone links. I could have definitely improved that design, because I'm pretty sure off-road vehicles are supposed to be really good at going up hills like this, but it's garbage. That's why I put the thrusters on the back. It's not good, but I'll make a better design. This is my first car, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I built a tank before, but this is my first roving car with wheels, so I will improve with time. I mean, it looks sick. You know, visually, I'm very happy with it, but functionally, it could definitely be improved. Anyways, let's start building the research center. And I think what I'm going to do is model it after these blocks here, at least somewhat, so that it doesn't look too out of place. Like, I'm not going to build it out of fucking, like, red concrete or yellow concrete. Like, it'll be kind of white, a little bit of red, but mostly steel, and maybe a little bit of blue glass, something like that. This concrete block is really nice. What is this from? Oh, no idea. Okay, well, it looks cool. This will be where all the Clarences live. I didn't build any beds on that thing. It's really just supposed to be like a research vessel. This can be like where they actually stay and have like an actual outpost. And I want to build a helipad at some point and experiment more with those engines, the thrusters in the back. I've built a couple of vehicles so far with great aeronautics, like a biplane, and I don't think I've done an airship yet, really, with balloons, not in a sincere capacity, but I built a tank, and now I've done a rover, but I want to do like a VTOL jet at some point. Just to be clear, I mean, I'm not trying to assume anything, but I just made a video where I tried out aeronautics for the first time, and if you don't know, it's an add-on of Create that adds physics and vehicles. Well, it doesn't add vehicles, it lets you build your own vehicles like this. Adds a bunch of new blocks for simulating contraptions, and so now I just feel like I've unlocked so much potential with what I can build. Like I can build a rover and build a research base for it, not just like a static building, but a vehicle to go with it. And I was even thinking about trying to build a crane on top of this thing. Like, you know, those really heavy duty cranes that they like latch into the ground and then they extend the arm out and pick stuff up and tilt and swivel and stuff. That seemed really complicated, but it's just cool that you could build something like that and it could be functional, like picking up a piece of steel rebar with a big ass crane like this. I feel like that's a pretty advanced tool to build or vehicle item thing, like a crane that swivels, but I think I could probably figure it out. I'll probably start by making a static crane before I try to put it on a vehicle, but I just thought that'd be a really cool idea. You know, I should take advantage of copycat blocks here. This is another add-on that I've got installed, Copycats Plus, and this lets you put any block that you want in this block. More or less. I mean, not every single block works, but like that's a stair block, and then I can put concrete in there. So I can have so much more customization with my builds. I'm imagining that this building is going to be a little bit tilted over, like it'll come out slightly. I'm not sure exactly yet. We'll see. Let's do a layer of copycat stairs like this, so it generates kind of like a lip effect. Just have a little bit of depth. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, that'll be really cool. Let's have like a corner bit that juts out a little bit. I want this to feel really beefy, like a concrete bunker. Like we're on some remote, desolate planet in this tundra, and I feel like it would make sense to have like a really reinforced bunker type of thing, like a science station. Yeah, that's cool. And then we'll do like a front door at some point. I don't know, maybe like right here. There's a lot of cool doors. You can even do folding doors with copycats, right? Yeah, this one. You can do a folding door, a sliding door. A sliding sounds cool, actually. Like one that would slide out like that. Yeah. And then we could do like a steel, like industrial steel type of thing. Like gray hardened steel. That looks almost like stone, though. We could find a better one than that. What about like industrial metal? There's like industrial iron. Oh, what the fuck? Why? No, 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 no. That one, go that way. That one, go that way. Okay, there we go. How's that? That's cool. And so, again, this is what I'm just so excited about with Create Aeronautics. It adds this redstone link block, and this lets you wirelessly transmit redstone when you have a certain block put in this frequency here. So if I were to get a redstone linked controller, this thing, and then if you put, I don't know, concrete right there, and then we turn it to receiver mode with the wrench here. And so what I could do here is put the concrete here in the top slot on space, for instance. And then when I hold the controller, like I right click it to activate it and then hold space, it'll open the door. Like, that's so cool. It's so much more intuitive to me than just normal redstone. I don't know why, but I just like it. I love it. It's so cool. But this could even be improved here because you would have to hold space to open it. And really you would want like a latch situation, like a toggle state. And I learned this from a comment that I read the other day that there's a powered toggle latch and a powered latch. The difference between the two is that the powered toggle latch, it has two different sides, and that's how it affects its power. Whereas this is just one side. So I know that doesn't mean much, but let me just show you with some redstone. Set up a couple of links here. I've got two different setups here. When I press A, since both of these are bound to redstone, they will both activate like that. But if I press A again, only this one gets toggled off. And that's because the powered toggle latch is just a straight line through, right? It's an on-off switch. Whereas with the normal powered latch, there is an on state and an off state, and they're controlled by two different sides. So I can activate it again with A, but then I would have to disable it with a separate line with D here. It's obviously based on whatever key you specify. I've just set up gold and redstone here. So again, that one, I'm just pressing A, toggling on and off, but you can see that I keep pressing A here. It's not going to get turned off because it'll only get turned off with this side, which I have bound to D, which when I press it, it'll turn it off. So hopefully that makes sense. But the idea behind that is I would probably want to just do a powered toggle latch for this door. The only problem is that you have to obviously put it on a flat surface. You can't put it on the wall like a redstone link. And I'm just not quite sure how I could like tuck that in a way that's subtle. Like I could put it, and okay, that wouldn't even work. Or I could put it right there. Okay, that actually could work. You could have the link be like right here. Redstone dust. So, okay, that doesn't work though. Maybe it needs to be a repeater. No? Wait, why did that work when this block was right here? Wait, what? No, it's not working. Was it this way? What? Oh, when it's that way, when the thing is going into the wall. Okay. I see, I see. Well, then I guess what we would do... Man, I'm not going to be very good at redstone for a while. I've never really done redstone until Aeronautics came out. But I guess this could work, technically. Yeah, that works. So now we can toggle it like that, and I'm not holding it. I'm just pressing A once, and then it closes. That's cool. But then I would want to cover this up, obviously. And you could do that really easily with copycats. That's why I love this mod so much. I could take a copycat pane? Or no, a copycat layer. Where is it? Or a panel, this thing. And I could just put them like right here, and then cover it up with concrete. And so it's a little bit of an indentation, but I think that's fine. Like it kind of juts out a little bit, but then it's kind of in line with the door, which is fine. And so we could do like a pretty hidden redstone setup like that. That's so cool. I mean, the way that I would probably do this is put this in an item frame, put an item frame right there, and then the controller goes right there. So that's actually functional. This one is just for the aesthetics, but that looks like a little keypad, doesn't it? That's cool. I'm getting kind of lost in the sauce with redstone, but I want to make my builds more functional like that. Like I could really see myself making elevators and doors and like that flapping part of the rover on this side where it flaps open to unload cargo or whatever. Just stuff like that. I think that'd be so cool. But let's get back to building. Let me not get too lost in this quite yet. I'm just so excited by it. Alright, so let's keep building this up. And let's get a little bit of depth too, again with copycats. I like this block, the half layer is cool, and then there's like a vertical step block somewhere. This, or just step, I guess. So I could decide how much depth I want. I could put a block like that, and then fill that in with concrete, like that. That's pretty cool. The half layer would be a lot more subtle. God, these things are hard to place. Is it not, is it half panel? Oh, maybe it's half panel instead. Yeah, there we go. This would be like really, really thin. But I don't know, could be cool. I found that that's really good for doing bricks. Like if I wanted to have a slight jutting out detail like that, just subtle stuff here and there. But I think I'll go with this actual step block for the depth. And then I think there's a corner slice. You can get so detailed with this. Okay, that's too much. That is way too much. Like how would I do this where there's going to be like a little awkward gap? Could I put... No, I can't put a corner block there. There's got to be a way to do this. There's a bite. Would that work? No, because it's in the corner here. How could I, like, do this? Oh, there we go. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. Very nice. This is reminding me of Volts. You guys remember that from the Oxcast, like 10 years ago? They did, like a series where they had industrial stuff and they had a bunker. This is giving me that vibe. I do want to work in more texture. This is fine for now, but let's get maybe some more vanilla blocks, like smooth stone and stone bricks. Just like here and there at the bottom, because they're kind of darker blocks. Like that smooth stone is pretty nice. I like that. I don't want to just block vomit this. I want this to be somewhat coherent. Yeah, that adds some nice depth at the bottom there in the color. I will say, I'm probably not going to make something large enough to not make this look massive. I mean, this thing is still probably just as big as this research station. It's huge, but I don't want this to be like a massive undertaking because I still want to do like the jet propulsion testing later and building a VTOL aircraft. So I don't want to spend too much time on this building, but I'll make it cool. Just won't make it too massive. These are the same, like what is the point? They're the exact same texture, are they not? What is there must be like a recipe difference or something. Okay, that's actually probably a good height. I don't want this to be too tall. Let's do a layer of this step thing here. Copycat step. It's cool that you can use these copycat blocks to build things that would normally have gravity to them, like the concrete powder, but this obviously isn't going to fall because copycats, I don't think they do that. I mean, evidently that block is not falling, so you can have just new colors and shapes to work with, which is pretty cool. Now this is too flat, I will say. This is a little bit boring to me. I might do a little different part right here. I talked about an overhang a little bit. Maybe this part could be the overhang. I do want some windows, something like that. Just something to break up the monotony of it. And then we'll get some more copycat walls that might be interesting, but definitely some stairs. How would a wall look? Concrete wall? Ooh, that's kind of fire. Yeah, that's nice. Ooh, that's a nice texture. All right, and then, yeah, so windows will go there. Do I want to do blue windows again? I think that might be a little bit much. I don't know. I mean, they're really bright. Like, if I just did glass panes, that's just too boring, I feel like. What about, like, a gray stained pane? It's a little more muted. That's okay. I do want to feature some of the color, though, from the rover, so it's not too out of place. Like a little stripe of red would be cool. I'm really fighting the urge, by the way, to make this an overgrown, mossy thing. That's like the go-to crutch that I use in my builds, and I'm sure a lot of you guys probably can relate. It's like, oh, let me just make this ruined, or make this have moss and leaves on it, and that'll make it more natural. But I do think a little bit of leaves would be nice. Like these dead-looking bushes, just, I don't know, here and there. Not too much. It's not really supposed to be that here. Just some subtle detail. Let's finish up the exterior, and then we'll work on the inside. And then I want to do another step layer like this. And then I was thinking a layer of copycat panels of like gravel and suspicious gravel, just to give that effect of a roof. You know how they have like a dirt thing on the roof, or not dirt, but like gravel. They have gravel on the roofs sometimes of bunkers and office buildings and stuff. That does suck though that the sus gravel doesn't really work. I don't know why. But also there's like a bit of a gap here. That kind of sucks. I'll figure it out. But yeah, the amount of detail that you can get with these blocks is insane. Just hiding that redstone in there earlier, man, so cool. Is there not another block that's like really similar to gravel? Cobblestone. Oh, dead coral. That'd be good. Yeah, that's perfect. You never want it to all be the same block. That's so boring. Maybe just for like a little... nah. I'll save the steel for inside. Wait, how am I going to do this, though? Can I double up the step? No. I guess I could do a copycat slab. What is that block? Stone pillar? Ooh. Wait, that's fire looking. I should have used this earlier. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Copycat slab for this gap part. I think that's what I gotta do. Yeah. Yeah, look how cool that roof looks. Nice. And I can put like AC units on top or something. That's cool. Let's do this side now. All right, nice. Looks cool. And then let's just finish up this top roof. Let's just do a stair block. I know I broke that on accident, but that's fine. I have ways to get up and down each roof. Oh wait, is there like a mesh stair? Wait, what was that block? Mesh fence. Ooh, wait, this could be nice. Bro, that looks so cool. What? Okay, we should use that. No, but like, I think there's a scaffolding stair. Oh, wait, there's scaffolding too. Man, I'm getting so distracted. What is it called? There's like a metal stair block. I'm pretty sure it's added by Create. Oh, the metal girders too. That'd be great. Oh my god, there's so many blocks to use. This is insane. Bauxite? What the fuck is that? Oh, is it industrial? This thing. The industrial iron catwalk stairs. Yeah, that's perfect. That's nice. Oh, and there's like a little trapdoor kind of a thing. Maybe it doesn't fold out like a trapdoor, but oh my god, that's so cool. Perfect. Let me just finish this up. That's a little too much coral. Hold on a minute. That's too much. Oh, that's kind of a large stair, but I'll make it work. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, actually. Cool. Sick. So that's pretty barren, but that's a good start. You know what would be cool, dude? I just thought of this. What if I built a missile silo? I want to show you the test that I was doing earlier with these thruster blocks. I built a miniature rocket. We just rebuild it. I don't like iron that much. Is there not like a better iron block that's a little more weathered looking? Like sheet metal? Yeah, that's cool. Well, that's a little too much. What about a copycat step? Yeah, that's cool. Oh wait, and I could do, this is what I could do. I could get a copycat fence, or actually I could just do an acacia fence. I could do this to like illustrate the fuel tanks. That's funny. All right, well, let's just honey glue this all together. This is how you make a physics contraption. You just got to glue it all together. All right, everything's in the area, and then you just put a physics assembler on top, and then you assemble it. I think I did it right. Oh, I missed the thruster. Hold on. We can just assemble this on its own, and then get slime, and then just glue it together. Sick. So this is a creative thruster, which is, you know, infinite thrust pretty much. Well, not infinite thrust, but like it doesn't require any fuel. But the way that you activate the different types of thrusters is with a lever or a redstone signal or just something like that. So can I even fit a lever on this? And I wonder, can I force place this with Axiom? Oh, that does work. That's awesome. Well, there is the thruster. It's locked in place right now, but if I unlock it, that's so rad, bro. You can make like rockets, like a full-on Saturn V. I mean, that's gone, bro. That is going to the moon. I don't have anything installed like Ad Astra, but I wonder if you could like ride a rocket that you built into space with a mod like that. Because I think the way that it works is you just have to get high enough and then you transition into the moon dimension or something like that. I don't know. I've never used Ad Astra, but like that's so cool that you could build a rocket or even just like a space station. That's insane. But point being, I could build a missile silo that hinges open like this side door thing, and then we launch a rocket out of it. That would be so insanely cool. Let me not get ahead of myself though. Let's finish building up this thing, because there's a fair amount of space in here. I mean, this could be opened as well, but this can be the propulsion center where they do their research. Because like I said, I want to build a VTOL aircraft, and maybe in the back I could build that. Let me just finish up this building though. Let's start by getting some light in here. I feel like we could give them a couple more windows than this. It's a little too dark. So the floor should probably just be more concrete, but I'll use a different texture. White concrete, is that just base? No, there's no way that's vanilla. Yeah, there's two different types of white concrete. That one's like actually white. Yeah, let's just make it more out of concrete blocks. Or maybe stone bricks could be cool. Cut stone bricks, that sounds nice. Yeah, well, that looks a little, too shiny. What about like a stone desaturated brick? I feel like this wing here could make for a really cool garage for a very compact vehicle. Obviously not that. I don't know. Something about this is giving garage or like mechanics shop or something. Because I want this to be like a half propulsion center, half outpost where they live, and then also like a mechanic area. Just a lot of industrial stuff going on. What is this fool doing? Go away. I don't know. I feel like a garage would be really cool right here. I'll think about it. This, for some reason, I'm seeing an opening as well right here and an elevated staircase thing. Now, it's got a few windows. I want 3 windows like that. Let's extend this out by 1 block. Just do one of those bad boys. Nice. There are some really nice industrial windows. That one might be cool, but let's try out like an andesite window pane. Let me just see what would look best, because that's a little thick. I kind of like the window pane. Yeah, I think I like that one more. Actually, I don't know. This is still really cool. Oh, I don't know. I kind of like that. But I'll still leave this as that. I like that gray glass window. But what I'm thinking is maybe up here could be a fuel source for the entire facility. Because actually, wait. Could I do this where there's like lights or something and they get powered by, you know, create mod power? Like obviously these are lanterns right now, but wouldn't it be cool if there was an actual generator? And then if the generator got cut off, all the lights got cut off too. I bet that's possible. But I want there to be like a fluorescent light block or something. I just don't know what that would be. There are some of these lamps right here, but I think these are just kind of always on. Oh, they're not. Wait, how do these get turned on? With a redstone source? Oh, you right click them. Like I wish there was like a redstone lamp block that had a shaft in it. Like this, and like if the shaft was powered, this would get powered too. Is there not a block like that? That should be a thing if it's not, because then you could have lights in your facility be controlled not just by redstone but by create mod power. Let me just do a little parse through. Let me see if there's anything like that. I mean, there's got to be a way to do this, though, even if it was just redstone power. I don't know. It'd be cool to have like a thing of like, you got to keep the power on to keep the lights on, not just like a flick of the lever and then they're just on, you know? Wait, what is this block? Chipwood beam. Ooh, that's a nice block. I'm getting distracted. What am I doing? Like, it would be like lamp, rose quartz. Wait, how does this look? Rose quartz lamp. See, I wish the lighting was colored. That would be so cool. Gas lamp. Ooh, that sounds cool. How is this powered? Gas, obviously. This says glows relative to the amount of power it's receiving. And you can change the color of the light. Oh, wait, with like a dye? But is it with redstone power or create mod power? Circular lamp. Oh, wait, they attach like that? What on earth? Oh, wait, in the back. What is this? Wait, hold on. Is that doing it? There's obviously an opening in the back. Maybe that's for like electricity or something. I don't know. It doesn't tell me what mod it's from, but maybe this is more like an electrical thing. There's got to be a way. Let me do a little test here. If I had a lamp and this is to be powered by the toggle latch that I have in here, like this would get toggled like that. And then you need redstone here, but I powered that with a redstone link before this thing. How would you go about powering this redstone with create mod power? Is that possible? Like, I can't just put a, you know, portable generator right here and then like, that's not going to do it because there's a shaft. What block would do this? I feel like there's got to be a block in create that does this kind of thing, that relays redstone power. Probably a base create thing, I would think. And clutch. If a clutch is powered, that does not send signal. Okay. Oh, we're positive about that, right? No, that doesn't send redstone. Redstone contact. Okay. I was getting berated in the comments for not using the ponder system more. Let me look at this. I know that ponders exist. I just didn't think about doing it. Facing each other will emit a redstone signal. Oh, whoa. That's cool. Wait, that's so cool. Hold on a minute. And there is a shaft. Is that not a shaft right there? Let me try that block. Redstone signal? What was it called? Redstone contact. So they face each other like that, right? And is that not a shaft right there? Is that really not a shaft? It's not spinning. Frick! I thought this was going to be it for sure. Well, actually, okay, you could actually do this. So I know how okay, hold on. If I were to get the mechanical bearing like it showed, but that would flicker it on and off, wouldn't it? Maybe this is, okay, I think I'm onto something here. That's the mechanical bearing. And when something is attached to it, doesn't it spin? What if I had two redstone contacts facing each other? Okay, so that still works. But then I need to have some sort of condition where it pushes this forward. Can I do that with a piston? Okay, so if I push this, that doesn't do anything. It can't push a bearing, evidently. Right? Okay, pistons just can't push bearings. Oh my god, there's got to be a way to do this. I'm really stretching my brain cells to figure this out. How could I push a block? You can do it with a swivel bearing. Like, why is there just not like a block that takes redstone shaft input? As long as these are touching, this would work. Okay, so if I do this, how weak is this piston? It can't push a redstone contact? Why? What is... Maybe there's not as much compatibility with redstone vanilla stuff as there is with create that I thought. Okay, this is what I would do. Let's get a torsion spring. I know I'm supposed to be building right now, but this is... I'm in too deep now. I already got a torsion spring right here. And then we super glue this. Ooh. Oh, it's just facing the wrong way now. Okay, hold on. Huh? Wait. Why was it still powered? It wasn't. I figured it out. Yes. Okay. So we can swivel down the thing, like slam it down like a hammer. And then when they're in contact, it'll work. And it will only swing down if it's gaining power in the back from a shaft. Okay, so this is how probably a really like needlessly complex way to transfer create mod power into redstone. Okay, so that means that I could then put a bunch of lamps in the ceiling that are powered by a generator set up right here, not by just a flick of a lever, because that's so boring. I feel like it's so boring that you just turn on your lamps and oh, there you go. I want it to be like you got to keep the lights on by putting fuel in your generators to make the lights stay on. Okay, I figured it out. Finally. So what we will do, let me build like a cool little generator thing. I mean, I can just put these blocks down, but I don't know. I can make it cooler than that. Let's get like a bunch of mechanical blocks. Make this look all cool. I keep using this red generator. Let's do like a gray. Well, no, let's do a cyan one. Keep in theme with building. Alright, so for a start, this is my generator design. And what I want to do is be able to turn off the lights with a clutch. So the clutch just turns off any shaft output, pretty much. This is still going, but this will turn it off. That's pretty cool. At this point, I got to build this little mechanical arm thing, which would be like the core activation thing of the entire building. I mean, you could get really, really advanced. Well, I say that, it's not that advanced, but you could have multiple of these swinging arm things and be like, only turn off the lights in the garage, or only turn off the lights in the main foyer or something. But I'm just going to do one for now. Let me not get ahead of myself. All right, so it's pretty simple, right? The torsion spring is a block that lets you rotate at a certain angle. So we just do 90 degrees and it would rotate. And so we can build the exact same thing like right here. It might go through the roof, but you know what? It's fine. It needs to be going this way, actually, so that it can flip down. That's right. And the redstone contact will go there. I mean, I could bring it down, but I don't want it to get in the way of the stairs. Let me just see how this looks. This will not work unless you actually glue the mechanism. So if I power the clutch, look at this. The lights are going to turn on and off with this function. Hell yeah. So everything beyond this point could just be redstone. And then I got to actually build like the interior. Let's do the lamps last. But that's so cool. I'm proud that I got that working. Took a little bit of research in the menu, but I figured it out. So let's figure out the actual design now of this building. I have this spot, which I think will just be stairs up to the floor that has windows. This could stay as a utility closet for the mechanism for the door. We can just get a like a heavy casing door. That's fine, just like that. So this will be like a catwalk. That's cool. I like that actually. You can see through it. Then we'll do a door right here to the outside. Oh, that actually could be like an andesite door. Let's not make every door super, super heavy looking. Like andesite door is fine. Only thing is that that's more like a folding door, but that's fine. The more that I'm building this facility, the more I think it's not going to be like a cozy villager house. Like this feels so industrial. I guess I could make this center part rooms. It would be cool for the mechanics to live here. It's just like a very brutalist art style that I'm going for here. Is there sheet metal? Ooh, there is. What if I do this? Right, and then we can have rooms in here. But how am I gonna do the lamps if they're gonna be right there? I don't know. Oh, I have more room in here than I thought. That's why the panels are nice. It's so nice that I can actually do this because of these panels here. Like they're only like 3 pixels deep, so I can hide a lot of blocks in here, have more depth. So I'll make this like a dorm situation. Put a bunch of bunk beds. Alright, not too bad of a dorm. And then, man, this is such a cool view. This I'll figure out later. Put a window right there. And then downstairs, this could be another large workshop area where they test like the jet propulsion, because that's what the point of this facility is at the end of the day. Like a big reactor or something. I mean, I already have this one though, is the only thing. Let's figure out the lamps. I do want to actually do that. Rose quartz lamp or redstone lamp? I think we'll do redstone lamps. See, but the problem is that it's in the floor of this. I don't have a lot of room to work with. You know, like how am I going to hide that redstone? I actually maybe could transmit it with the redstone link automatically. Let me see here. Because if this block is powered, it does power the link. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. This could be fire. If I bind this to like netherite scrap. What? That works? That's so cool. I mean, no reason it shouldn't. So let's just make sure it's all bound to netherite and put netherite there. Oh, wait, and so if I disengage the clutch, dude, that's so cool. I have like a fully functioning light system. Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool. It's so rewarding to do redstone when you don't really watch a tutorial. Like you're just like, how would this work in reality? And it's so compact. Like the links are right there. Like I could put lamps up here in the dorm and not have to worry about faffing around getting like redstone wire up here. I can do it all wirelessly. It is so awesome. Like we could do this. I mean, it's okay. It's getting a little cramped in here, but that could work. Or, well, let's do it like this. I'll cover this up with like an AC unit. How about that? A bunch of observers and stuff. Alright, and then we can hide the links right here. Like that. Make sure they're all set to receiver. Put netherite in there. Now they're activated. Oh my god, that's so cool. Alright, we just gotta cover this up fully. All right, there we go. That covers up the lamps nicely. Oh, I forgot about this part. I should probably do the same exact thing, honestly, because it folds up and it'll end right there. I mean, if I made this one block lower, this could all fit. It's just you would slam your head on this, you know? Like if it was more like there. But then it would fit more nicely in the roof. Or I could just put the stairs on this side, couldn't I? What if I just do this and then have this be really low? Yeah, this is better. Why is it not getting power now? What the fuck? Was it one block below? Oh, was it on the thing itself? Maybe it was. What? Yeah, like that. Unpowered. When I put the scrap in there, it stops working. Why would that be? Does it need to be like facing a certain direction? Oh, because it was in receiver mode. Oh, this is sending signal and this is receiving signal. I see. Oh, okay. So now, yeah, that works. Sweet. Let's make this look pretty now. So now this can all be really tucked away. Nice. Okay, so at this point, this is good. I got the lights working. The lamps work. That's great. I just want to really show off the jet propulsion thing, so I might just leave this for now. I've been toiling with this redstone for a while now. I have a vision for what can go out here. Let me just build up a little concrete patio. Let's get all these concrete blocks back. Also, wait, why did this lip stop right here? I gotta work on the depth too. This is missing some detail. Like just that, that's nice. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so the idea with this back patio area would be like, you know how NASA or other, just space aeronautics agencies, they'll have like a testing spot to test their rockets and they're tilted on their side and they're like bolted into these massive metal structures and they just go like they fire them off in the back as a testing ground. That's what I would do here. And the point of doing that would be to have a good test to show you how the propulsion engines even work in the first place. Because I didn't really understand it at first. And I'm not even just talking about the creative motor. I'm talking about the actual jet thruster, whatever it's called. So let me show you that now. There's 3 different ones. There's ion, creative, and just the normal thruster. So we will do the normal one. This is what it looks like. So that's the back. And then this is the way that you fuel it. So let's build a little test rig of like 4 engines. And so you fuel them with a fluid pipe. You hook them up like that and they'll get connected up. And then we would have a tank right here. You can do any fluid tank you want, I'm pretty sure. And then I think it's powered by turpentine. So in creative mode, you can just right click and fill it up like that. But I think the way you would normally do it is get a spout like this block here onto a basin. How do you do it? Let me ponder this. You would squirt the turpentine onto a depot, I think. A depot goes there, spout on top, and then you put a bucket here like that. And you'd have to pump the turpentine. How do you get the turpentine into the spout though? How do you do this actually? You would squirt it into this. How do you do this? All right, you know what? I'll worry about the survival aspect later. I'm just demonstrating the thrusters for now. We do need a pump. Where is it? The mechanical pump. Put that there, and it's powered by a cogwheel. Put a cog there, and then we'll just put a generator, I don't know, maybe on the side. There we go. So this is now going to pump the liquid out into the engines, and you can see that if you have goggles on. Wait, no, it's not happening. What? I think it's going the wrong direction. Let's change the portable engine to counterclockwise. What? Oh, it's because the actual thing isn't pointed the right way? I got a wrench and flip it. Wait, it's gaining fluid. How is it gaining fluid? What? Okay, hold on. If I flip that back around, it's now losing turpentine. Why does it stop at 9,000 though? Oh, because these get filled up. Of course. And so now we'll just give it a redstone signal. But how would I do this? Maybe we could put a link on the side? Yeah, this can work. Oh, there we go. Wait, I'm not ready. Okay, well, here it is. Look how cool that is, like the flame into the smoke. Oh, that's so cool. So this this drains fuel really quickly. I will say you would need a lot of fluid storage, but this is effectively how you would have an engine on a jet aircraft. And on the crapper, I forgot what I called it, these are creative motors, so there's no fuel necessary. I've cranked them all to the maximum. So this is like 60,000 newtons of thrust, but as a whole, that's the idea. You just pump fuel into it, and then you get that. And I can turn this into a physics object. Let me turn these off real quick. Let me bind this to a key. Let's put this into a feather. Let's get a controller. So now when I hold space, it'll fire them. Okay, but if I get honey glue, we could simulate all of this. So now, oh yeah, Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, it works. Hey, okay, hold on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, God, how far did it go? Jeez, there it is. Bring this back to the test ground. That's why they bolt them down, so they can't fly away. Here, let's disassemble that. Put it back on the ground. So that's the core idea, though, with jet engines. So now I think I'm in a good place to build the jet, whatever I build right here. This is a good amount of space. This can work. So let's build a VTOL aircraft to the best of my abilities. Never done this before, but I will give it an honest try. So let's get to work. Let's get rid of this test contraption. Don't need that anymore. I'm going to try to make this as best as I can, but no promises. I have never built a VTOL before in Minecraft, that's for sure. I'm going to focus on aesthetics last. That's how I've been doing it with like the rover and other vehicles I build. I just do the chassis first and try to get the core function to work. And then if I get it to work, I'll build it and make it look all cool, like a, black fighter jets or something like that. Something sleek and sci-fi, but let's just work on the idea. So I want to make this as close as possible to what you would do in survival. I don't want to just slap some creative thrusters on it like I did with that thing. That was just for fun, but I want to put like an actual pump tank system in here so that this is how you could do it in survival. So what I think I will do is we'll enable axiom symmetry. And I know that axiom doesn't work by default right now. There's some pretty critical bug that causes it to crash on startup with Aeronautics, but I'll put on screen a screenshot of a guide that I found in the Aeronautics Discord. You just got to modify some files, and if you do it correctly, it should work. Worked for me at least, so now I can just do a symmetrical build like this. But I also did learn, by the way, from one of my friends that there's like a wand of symmetry, and this I think is from Create itself. Yeah, you place it down like that, and it does the exact same thing, right? Like symmetry like that. So you don't need axiom. I had no idea this thing existed, but how do you even get rid of this thing? When used with no target. Oh, there we go. Okay, got it. But you could do that, but I'm going to use axiom because axiom is, there's so much more to it than just the symmetry tool. But yeah, if you follow that guide, it should work. So what do we need as a start? We just need to make the jet engines work. So we'll get a fluid tank again. We will get a mechanical pump, and then we'll get the pipe. And I think I'm going to keep this simple. So we'll do 1 or 2 tanks on each side, 1 engine. I'm not going to do like a massive triple thruster thing or something like that. We're going to keep this really simple. Put the thrusters like that. So this should work, I believe. Is this considered 1 tank or is it 2? Let me get my goggles out. I think this is... Yeah, these are 2 different tanks. Okay, that sucks. You can't make like 1 long tank? What about with like the normal fluid tank? Same thing? Man, that sucks. It's only vertical. How would you put like a tank on a plane then? Because this would be so small. I mean, you could do that and then pump it in like that. That actually could work because that's 32,000 millibuckets and that would last a fair amount of time, I would think. Okay, we'll try that. So I'll get a portable generator, put this in the center. We'll get a gearbox and some shaft. And then just for the sake of building in creative mode, I will give it a creative blaze cake as a fuel source so that we don't have to worry about power. Goddamn axiom. Every time you can't click on something or do something normal, it's often because of axiom. Couldn't put the blaze cake in there. All right, so that's working. And so now we can fuel up the cog wheels of this. I was like, I can't even place cogs with symmetry enabled? Frick. Maybe the create wand of symmetry would be better then, because it's like actually meant for create, Can I place cog wheels like that? Oh, I can. Okay. Maybe building create contraptions is better, best done with a wand of symmetry then. And I just want to make sure that these are going the same direction. We don't want one pulling the fuel out and one pulling it back in. That'd be stupid. I'll just put 1 gearbox like that. Why did that not place it, by the way? Oh, I threw the wand of symmetry out. Does it have to be in your hotbar for it to stay up? That'd be kind of dumb. Really? Or maybe just your inventory. It's your hotbar? That's so stupid. You have 1 less slot to work with. Why? That's dumb. I mean, I could do a cogwheel on the bottom, I guess. Why is that spinning? Oh, because because this one is touching. This acts as a cogwheel, these 2 wheels right here. I was like, why is that breaking? That makes sense. Wait, why am I even doing this? I only need 1 pump. What? Why was I even bothering with that? Okay, scrap all this. That's so unnecessary. I can just have 1 pump. Yeah, what am I thinking? This is fine. I don't need 2 pumps. I wouldn't even need 2 pumps if I had 2 engines. I just put another pipe here and do that. I don't know. Okay, brain fart. Okay, we're fine. This is fine. So now let's put some turpentine in there. That's the fuel you use for jet engines. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Okay, so if you mouse over these now with goggles on, we can see that there is fuel in there, 250 millibuckets. It's just not powered. And so what I would do is get a redstone link, and we'll put it on the side like that. Switch it to receiver mode. Oh, hello? How's it happening? What? Is there a receiver somewhere over here that's doing that? Oh, is it because of the lights, maybe? No, that's netherite. What is bound to nothing? Well, I don't know. I'll just put a block in there. That's weird. I don't know what's doing that. Let's just do bones. I will say that is something that I think is going to be a big problem on an SMP, because I said in the last Aeronautics video I made that I plan to make Season 8 of the Flow SMP Aeronautics themes with all these mods on it. But like if you flew up to your friend in your vehicle and you guys just, even just one control was shared, like you used the exact same block frequency, would that not mess up each other's vehicles? You know, like you could tip over your vehicle because your friend is like controlling yours accidentally, right? I don't know. We will see if that's a problem. If you are interested, by the way, in that idea of a Aeronautics SMP, check out my Discord in the description. I'm going to be posting updates in there over the next few weeks about how to join and what's going to be happening with that. I definitely want to do a beta test for sure to see if it even breaks. So no promises, but I'm really, really hoping that that works out. I need the fucking wand of symmetry back. It's so stupid. You have to have that on your hotbar. So dumb. Well, anyways, we got the links right there. Now we just got to bind them to a controller. I'll put bones on, I guess, W, right? Because that's what I would do to go forward. Yeah, there we go. When I hold W, that works. So how quickly is this draining it, by the way? I mean, yeah, that's pretty quick. Not too quick, though. This would last a while. I wish that when the engines were active and this was draining, it would tell you how long until it runs out. Because I'm pretty sure Kerbal Space Program does that. I think they do that. I'm not 100% sure, but like an estimate of how much fuel you have left in terms of time. Maybe that's possible. I don't know how. But anyways, so that's working. Now, what we need to do, like this is just the engine part, pretty much. We need to make it so that this can tilt. And how would I do that? This is going to be so complicated. Well, let me start by making this into some semblance of a wing. Because right now this does not look like an air vehicle at all. Let's get some sails. See, this is really nice about the wand of symmetry because it's meant for create. I was trying to use axiom symmetry to build a plane. And the sails, I'm pretty sure, just cannot be placed when symmetry is active. I can't place them at all on either side. So while axiom is a very good tool, it's not, you know, all-encompassing. There are some limitations to it, and this is why you might want to use the wand of symmetry instead. Okay, so that's fine. A little short-looking, honestly, but that looks cool. So what we would do is make this entire wing tilt 90 degrees so that the engines could fire upwards like a VTOL. But in doing that, like, I'm going to sever a lot of these connections. So maybe I need to actually have two generators, one on each side, so that it doesn't, like, if I tilt this by 90 degrees, I assume that the shaft here would get broken. Even so, the way that we need to do this is with a torsion spring, like usual, and a mechanical bearing. And I need to actually make these spaced apart, I think. I don't have enough room here. This is where axiom is useful, because I can just move this like this. Just move that by one block, and I'll move this by one block. I mean, I could put a gearbox right there, maybe? Is this possible? Oh. Okay, well, it brought the wing up, but not the rest because it's not glued. Well, that's progress for sure. But I want finer control over that. Well, one thing at a time. Hold on. Let's just super glue it. Let's glue all of this to this. Do the wings need to be glued as well? Let me find out. Is this necessary? What was that? Gatling breaker? What is this? What does this do? It's the world's most fancy lawnmower. Okay. Interesting. That's from Dreams and Desires, it said? Gatling breaker. What does this do? Oh, wow, that looks complicated to make. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, got distracted. Well, yeah, so if this is super glued, and then a generator goes here, let's go to clutch. Okay, the wings do not need to be glued. It's just this part. But see, it's a problem. It's a gearbox. We want these to be turning in tandem. So all I would have to do is just, how would I do this actually? I mean, you can't do negative degrees is the problem. Wait, what does that button do? Like, I can't do negative 90. And then this, that's not going to be it. I guess, what could I do here? This is going to be such a big aircraft. Let's move this out once again a little bit. I could just do a gearbox on one side and then, no. And then a shaft here. So it's just like, you know, that's fine. If you didn't know, every single time that, you know, a shaft goes through a gearbox, it flips the rotation. So there we go. Now it's working in tandem because one side has a gearbox and one doesn't. Okay, so the only thing is that I don't want it to do that. I want it to flip the other way. So let's change the generator to counterclockwise. Nice. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. What happened here? It clearly did not take the whole engine or fuel tank with it. Same with this one. Did I just miss this? Oops. Okay, there we go. And so just to be clear, it doesn't work anymore. What? What happened to the fuel? Is it empty? It's not powered. It's obstructed. What? What do you mean obstructed? When I flip it back up, does it still say that? Now it just says not powered. But it's still, what? What happened to the fuel? Did it get messed up when it got tilted? There was definitely turpentine in there. That's filled up to the max, but, oh, because it's not powered, you dimwit. Of course. I gotta put a generator on each side here. I'll find a better way to do this. Facing there, generator will go here and then into that. That's fine. Did I? Oh, I didn't set up one to symmetry. Fuck's sake. Okay, so if these are powered, okay, it's definitely got fuel in there for sure. So if I do space, what? It's, oh, not space, W. God, is my brain working today? There we go. So now if I tilt it back up though, and I do this, what? So the fuel gets screwed up. No, it's not the fuel. It's still got fuel in there. It says it's obstructed. Is it too close to the ground or something? I mean, there's no way, right? Let me move it up like really high or something. So if it's up here, how is that obstructed? Oh, it's not powered. Oh, God, I am so dumb. I keep hitting spacebar thinking that's going to do it. It's W. Okay, it is. So it was too close to the ground, I guess. Not sure, but it's working now in both directions. So that makes me happy. That works. So this effectively works. It's just really aggressive in the way that it turns, right? Like that would be really hard to pilot, I imagine. I wonder if there's a more gradual tilt you could do with a swivel bearing. I've heard about this thing. I want to see what this does. I'm going to actually use the ponder. Okay. So they attach to the block in front of them and you can spin stuff, I guess. All right. This is how you can like make a swinging thing when they're powered with redstone. Okay. Instead of like, well, let's try it. Let's try it here. Unpowered, locked, oh, always unlocked. What is this? Hold on. Let me study this some more. This has a lever right there, powering it. You can change the behavior of the locking thing. Passes directly through, and then if you put a cogwheel, yeah, that's how you can like spin. This is powered. Does it over here maybe? It says there's 0 stress units because the clutch is on. Is it because it's not glued? Maybe it has to be an actual physics contraption because it was swinging like really naturally, you know? What if I get honey glue and we'll make it back into a contraption? Thus far, it's all been just normal blocks. Let me try this. Okay, we'll assemble that. Catch it out of the sky. So did that make any sort of difference? Oh, it just wasn't powered. Like, you know, you have to update a bearing, I'm pretty sure. Like, you hear that noise? It's actually doing it. Okay, I see. So I changed it to always unlocked. So if I do that, and then, yeah, okay, so that's a lot more natural. But it's swinging like with no actual control is the problem. How do you control the swing? I want my shaft to swing in a controlled manner, not all flaccid. I mean, I would think you would do this with a swivel bearing. Or not a swivel bearing, a torsion spring. This is the item that lets you specify a specific angle, you know? What the why is it taking the top of the Oreo off? What on earth? Oh my god. Let me turn this back in. I know how this is supposed to work now. Let's disassemble this. What the fuck? Oh my god. This is not how a VTOL is supposed to work. Maybe I need to try this on a smaller scale. How can I finally control the speed of the swivel? That's what I'm asking. Let's try down here. Unpowered. What does this all mean? Always locked. So when it's unpowered, it's locked. When it's powered, it's... Why are there 3 different locked conditions? I don't understand that. Powered. When you power it, it locks it. So when I power it... Let me have a separate... Okay, let's make sure there's no confusion here. The clutch will be a little farther back. This is the clutch lever. This is the lever for the bearing. So right now it's powered. Oh. Oh dear. Swivel bearings attached to the block in front of them. Super glue or honey glue to select groups of blocks. When powered via the cog, it will assemble into a simulated contraption. Oh, I didn't realize that there was a cog on this thing. Oops. I do that. Did it assemble? Or is it? Oh, there we go. I've achieved... no, I won't say that. Yeah, so now this has some wiggle to it. But again, like, what utility is it when it just wiggles? I want to be able to control the wiggle. I want to make these wings have, like, oh, I can tilt it down and then tilt it back up really finely. And the torsion spring can't really do that, I would think, because you have to specify a specific angle with the torsion spring. Like you say, tilt the wings down by 20 degrees. That's great for flaps on a plane, but that wouldn't work for, like, the whole wing, because you got to have a bunch of different angles. So... Like what use is this where it just swings freely right now? Like, you can make, like, a hammer, I guess. Oh, I think I kind of understand now. There's something called a redstone inductor, which I used with one of my friends. But I think the way that this works is it sends a redstone signal over the course of the time that you specify. It's kind of a good way to make engines that spool up over time, right? They speed up or slow down or whatever. Maybe the signal could be sent to this over time, but I don't know. It seems like it's kind of just like an all or nothing thing where, like, either it's powered and it's swinging about or it's not. I don't know if this would change that. We can try. Like, that's a physics object right now. I mean, this is how it's supposed to work. It tells you that the input is going to cause the output to happen over the course of time via these bulbs here. Like, it's going up like that. This is the entire ponder. There's nothing else. I'm not understanding what the point of constantly powering this thing is. Like, once it's assembled, is it not? Like, yeah, it can turn, but, like, why? What's the point of this stuff, right? Let me study this again. And does this just spin forever, like a mechanical bearing? It will assemble into a simulated contraption. I think it's supposed to be spinning forever. Wait, hold on. If I speed this up, no. I thought it was going to make it, like, spin really fast. It appears that the swivel bearing is rotating too fast. Sorry. Drama Queen, 128. It's still too fast. About 76. So now it's not too fast, but I thought that that would make this spin. Is that because of the behavior that I've specified? Oh, sorry. Always unlocked. What if when it's powered, it's locked? Unpowered locked. Always locked. Oh, okay. Progress, baby. It has to be always locked. Ah, okay. I see. So that's progress. Because now it's not going to spin unless I give it power. Ooh, okay. That's what I was missing. So again, I'm just going to work on a smaller scale until I understand it. This is progress. I would think I could have a redstone link where I can remotely say, like, okay, let's pitch up the wings a smidge, right? Like, I would want the wings to pitch really slowly. I mean, it would be super janky to be, like, tapping the clutch until it feels right. I wouldn't want to do that. Well, and also, I would want to limit the rotation, wouldn't I? Because I don't want it to spin, like, fully upright. I just want it to only spin 90 degrees. Because if I let it spin too much, then, like, it would... The wings would turn upside down. I'll have to worry about one thing at a time. Let's just figure out how I can control this for now. Like, again, if I put a clutch right there, and then I got a redstone link, like, yeah, I can hold space, technically, to pitch the wings, but this just feels so janky. That cannot be the best solution. And again, it's rotating all 360. I don't want it to do that. I mean, I just have to think a torsion spring is necessary at some point in this conversation. How would you do this, though? But only when I want it to spin, and only in a certain range. I mean, I know I can do that. I'll just put a redstone torch here. I'll put a link there. There we go. So I can just kind of finally control it. But see, okay, this is why it genuinely would not work. Let's say this is like the bottom position where the wings are. Okay, now let's pitch them back up so I can go forward. I have to tilt it all the way around. Like that would not work. It needs to be able to invert pretty much. Okay. Oh, wait, that actually might work then. So again, this is a terrible design, awful, but maybe we could do this. Oh, hold on. This is what we could do. We could get a gear shift and invert the rotation when I'm satisfied with it. So we could do a gear shift there and only activate this when I want to tilt it back in the other direction. Gear shifts just invert the rotation. Okay, so I can go down and back up. Oh, perfect. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about. It's still like a little janky. I would probably want to reduce the speed. Let's put it at like 5 degrees. Would that be too slow? Like, lift off. Okay. This is the core mechanism. Like, this is how a VTOL would work, I'm pretty sure. I think the best way to do this would be to have the gear shift and the clutch on the center column, not build 2 of them on either end of the wing, just to keep it simple. I mean, you could get really fancy and say like, okay, this wing is going to tilt down and this one's going to stay upright. I don't need to do that. That's unnecessary. Let's just do one thing at a time. We will put a redstone torch under the... Oh, I need that. That's important. We'll put a redstone torch... Oh, I need that too, for fuck's sake. We will put a redstone torch under the clutch so that it's always activated and gets disengaged when the link gets activated. Make sure it's set to always locked. And is that the whole design? Or does it need to be powered by a cogwheel? I think it might just need to be powered by a cogwheel. Did that work? Oh? Oh? No. Fuck. What am I missing? It might need to be powered by a cogwheel. Probably, right? Because it's not actually getting any power. So... Oh, okay. Well, they're moving in the opposite direction. That's easily fixable. Oh, but now they're off-center. Can I disengage? Oh, I can. Let's go. Let's fix that. Wait, what? I put a gearbox down. Oh, because this is controlling it. How would I do that then? Gearbox here? Yeah, there we go. Gotta make sure that they're... Wait, I need the controller. Okay, so let's just do that. Re-engage them. Yes. Yes. There we go. It's way too much, obviously. I understand that. And I did that with a creative motor before. I can't just specify the speed. I'm going to have to get a rotation speed controller, I think. That's another block. That's not that hard, though. Rotation speed controller. And we can spin that down to 5 speed. Yeah, there we go. And let's do some shenanigans to get this fixed. That is amazing. Okay, so we can do this. And then I got to rebind the key. It was a bone for the engine. We can say the wings are going to be down. Lift off. And then we like tilt them up. Oh, that's going to be so cool. Like, do you even need flaps on the back of wings? Probably, right? But you could just pitch the plane by tilting the wings. I mean, you know, that's not probably the best way to do it in the real world, but that's so cool. So let's reassemble this all now. Not that this is, you know, flight ready or anything, but I just want to see like how this would work in practice. Okay, so yeah, it's not aerodynamic, obviously, but let's say that the wings are pointed down. So we're gonna take off and then pitch them up. All right, well, it's obviously not flight ready. There's not enough weight in the front, I'm sure, but that's the core idea of the tilting wings, at least. That's awesome. It's so cool. Disassemble this and we can continue building this and making it look actually not just cool. I still need to make the rest of the chassis, but I think the core idea is done. The hard part is done, at least. That's awesome. Actually, in a VTOL, wouldn't just the engines rotate, not the actual wing? Like in a Harrier jet, like that British jet, I'm pretty sure it's just the engine has like a gimbal thing on it and it just tilts the engine. I don't know if the entire wings are supposed to do this, but this can still be cool. I don't know for sure. I mean, I guess these are just like massive flaps in the way that I've done this. That's pretty much what they are. Gosh, I don't know how this is going to work. Should have had some sort of reference image. All right, let's just try this, huh? Let's give this a try. Assemble that. Oh, whoops. I mean, that kind of works. The engines aren't even powerful enough, actually. But the tilting flaps do work. It obviously would be like... Imagine this is upright, and then I tilt the engines down. This would just be so lopsided, right? Like, it's just gonna tip over forward, but that's cool. I need some sort of cool reference image to model this after, because I'm just really going after the basic function of this thing. But I think the idea is done. Not the aircraft, obviously. It looks ugly as hell, but the actual engines and the tilting rotors, like that, is pretty cool. Sweet. That's good progress. Okay, so let's just try to get this into more of a actual flyable state. I'm not going to probably make this a full-fledged vehicle like that, because I just don't have the time for that. I want to do that, just to be clear. I'm just running short on time, so I'm going to start by getting the diagram out. I don't think I've shown this off yet, but there is a contraption diagram, and if you put it on a simulated contraption, it shows you this whole menu, like this. Like this is a diagram of your vehicle and all the forces that are acting upon it. So I think if I enable thrust, like there should be like a thrust vector right there. Like when you have a propeller and it's blowing upwards, it would show thrust on this diagram going up where the engines are, but I actually don't know if that's a thing with this mod. With create propulsion, like if I made it so that the engines were always going, I could do that. Like if those are just blowing like that, does that show up? See, okay, that actually is a huge problem that this mod doesn't consider that. Like gravity shows up, but there's no actual propulsion force. Why? This is actually, there's a propulsion category. Is it, what? That sucks. They should update this so that that shows up, because that's a really important piece of information. I mean, we can know if it's got enough propulsion if it just goes up, like visually, if I could just see that happening. But it's really nice to know the actual precise number. But yeah, you just straight up cannot see any propulsion force coming out. Well, that's not a big deal. I do know, though, that if I unpause this, it's not actually strong enough for the engines to lift. So I think I need to start by doubling up the engines. Well, first of all, let's start by putting a bone back in there. So we turn off the engines. Let's bring the wings back up. I'm going to redesign this shape too. I don't really like this shape. It's way too boxy. Let's sleek this down a lot. That's a little better. It's all right. Let's double this up. We'll put another one there. I guess what I'll do... Wait, it poops out turpentine. I just realized that. I saw little particles. What is that? So it spews out the fuel? That's so cool. Well, we don't want it to do that, obviously, but we'll just put another engine like that. I'll put a redstone link. Oh, I need that bone. The hotbar needs to be bigger, bro. Or I should take advantage of the axiom hotbars. That's what I should do. I'm always running out of space. Okay, so now we've got twice the amount of thrust, and I will pitch the wings down. So now, that actually looks like it would be enough thrust. It's obviously way too front heavy, or the thrust is like all the way in the back, so it's gonna tip over, but that's progress. So now we'll bring the wings back up. And so let's extend the chassis a lot. Let's do this. I'm just trying to get this into a state where it can hover. And basically the way that I would do that is get the center of mass right below the thrust, right here. So to do that, let me just pitch the wings all the way down like this. That's more or less correct. Wait, why is the engine like that? Wait, they got off-centered. Hold on, let me reset this. Oh. Oh god. What happened? No, the wing. What? Why did it get deleted? Oh god, hold on. Can I save this one? What happened? I broke the wing. Well, we still have one wing. I could copy this over with Axiom. What on earth happened? Where did... I don't even know what I was looking at though. Like, what was this doing? Whoa. Oh god. Oh god. Jesus Christ. Did I... Oh, I had the clutch system. Why is that down there now? This is the wing. What? What happened? Bro, I completely screwed up my plane. I was gonna say, like, what is all this crap right here? Was this here before? The rotation speed controller. It was back over here. How did it get up in the front? I really bungled this. Wait, why is the wand of symmetry on... What? I do not know what happened at all. Like, this was back... Okay, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. Fuck this plane. I'm just gonna do that. Get it over there. All right, look, I'm going to make a proper VTOL that looks cool. I understand the core features. Like I said, I'm short on time, so it's not actually that big of a deal, but I don't know what I did, bro. I clearly broke that beyond repair. Let's just wrap up with one idea I had. I wanted to make a missile silo, and that should be really easy to do. I could make it, honestly, right here in the back, and we'll do that with a torsion spring, I guess. And then I guess I'll build, like, some sort of... like the cap that folds out, you know, with copycat blocks. Although it should be kind of circular, so I'll make it a little bit larger than that. Glue this all together, and then how would I do this part? I need it to flap open. I guess I could do like right here. So yeah, okay, super easy. I mean, it's a little dumb that it's just like floating like that. And also, I want to make it slower. I wonder if doing a swivel bearing would actually be better in this instance. Like make it look more natural. I don't know, because the torsion spring is pretty good. Whoa. Okay. Sorry. Relax. Okay. Jeez. That's way too fast. How did I slow this down before? With a rotation speed controller. That's right. God. Why is that so fast? We put it at 1. There we go. Okay. So put it at like 5 degrees. Yeah, that's a lot more natural. Is this mechanical bearing even necessary, by the way? I don't know if it is. Maybe it is. But again, I want to be able to invert the rotation like how I did it earlier. So let me get a redstone link. Man, I need so much room here. What the... okay. It's a little buggy. So when I press space, it goes down. When I press shift, it goes down. Wait, what? How is that possible? When I press space, the clutch gets disengaged and it goes. When I press shift, the clutch gets disengaged and the gear shift gets activated. How is it still... Oh, it's not going the same direction. It's just so buggy. Look, 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 look. I'm pressing space right now. It goes down. I press shift. It goes down. How? This is a clutch and this is a gear shift. The gear shift inverts the rotation. Oh, is it because it goes through a gearbox? Maybe? Oh, maybe that's what it is. God, this is so convoluted. I mean, I'll just put another gearbox right here. So now, shift. What? Why are they still going the same direction? How does this make any sense? Yeah, like it just snaps back to that eventually. Is it spinning under the ground and I can't see it? Like that's going that direction with space. And it's still going that direction with shift. So something is fundamentally wrong with this design. But visually, it's different. Like when I press space, both of these are gone. When I press shift, this one is turned on. Like they're doing different things. In both instances, the clutch gets turned off so that the machine can move. But in only the instance where I press shift, the gear shift gets activated. But yet it's spinning in the same direction both times. What? And I don't get how that makes sense because I just put another gearbox right here in the event that it was spinning the wrong way. Is that not the issue? Maybe I need another gearbox right here. Like doing a gearbox before this stuff happens won't change anything. Oh, hold on. If that gearbox is spinning, why is this cogwheel not spinning? What? Is it, oh, maybe because the super glue is now intersecting with this cogwheel? Yeah, it probably thinks this is part of the contraption now. Okay, hold on. Okay, there we go. That's holding space. But why is shift still like that? Okay, this is what I'll do. I need more room. Let's move this with axiom out of the way. We will do another gearbox here, and this should work. It's wiggling. Whoa! Okay, shift, space, okay. This is broken. Something over here is not right. Let me review my logic again. When I press space, it activates this one, which turns off the clutch, and space makes it go that way. When I press shift, the gear shift gets activated, and the clutch gets disengaged. So theoretically, when I press shift, it should invert the rotation. But it fucking doesn't. Why? What am I missing? Visually, that is what's happening. It's because of this gearbox. It has to be because of this gearbox. If I put the clutch here instead, and then I do this. Okay, hold on. And it was a rabbit. Cooked rabbit. Okay, so space. Shift. Ah, there we go. It was that gearbox. My intelligence is just frightening sometimes. Okay, it really was just that simple. What an amalgamation of crap to make that work. Well, this can all be covered up. The point of this was to have a little cap that can cover and open up the missile silo. But again, this is way too fast. Let's put this at like 1. Like, why is that so quick? Oh, because this is no longer part of the contraption. Right, this is not hooked up anymore. All right, let's move this back then to here. Oh, no, it's messed up again. What is going on? I screwed it up again. This makes actually no sense now. You're telling me that we have a gear shift and a clutch and then a gearbox, but in both instances, they turn the same direction? How does that make sense? How does that make sense? Is it because I'm feeding into a shaft input? Like, should it be more like this? Like this, maybe. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. God, it is... Why is it so fast, though? Like, the rotation speed controller is not really doing anything. This is how you're supposed to use it, right? It goes into here and then it gets slowed down? Or does it need to have a shaft input? Maybe it needs a shaft input. This is testing my patience. All right. Alternatively, we can do this. This is fucking ridiculous. Shift all of this down. The rotation speed controller will go here. What the Space goes that way. Shift goes that way. Despite the fact that the gear shift is active in only one instance. Like, am I just being that dumb? Can someone please guide me here in the comments? Like, logically this should make sense, right? In one instance, the gear shift is not active. In one instance, it is active when I'm pressing shift. So why is it that both times the power is clearly coming out clockwise? Like, I can see it's lighting. Do I need to relog or something? So the gear shift is not active right now. Power's going through the clutch, and this is spinning clockwise at that speed. When I press shift, the gear shift is active, and it's still spinning clockwise. What on earth? I'm genuinely so confused. This is a normal gear shift. Like, I mean, is the gear shift working? Like, I'll power that. That's spinning that way. If I power it, it goes that way. Let me look at this in here. Okay. It's spinning like that way right now. And now it's spinning that way. Does a clutch invert the speed? Like, what? Let me move this over by 1. Like, I need to really inspect what is going on here. When I press space, it's going counterclockwise. When I press shift, it's going clockwise. Okay. So I'll put the shaft into that. It's spinning counterclockwise going in. Spinning clockwise going out. But why is the wheel going clockwise in each instance? Does this only spit out clockwise? Like, we can look at this, you know, like that. That's going clockwise with space, and now it's going counterclockwise with shift. But in this block, it only comes out clockwise, no matter what. I'm not really understanding that. I mean, I guess a workaround could be to just do another gear shift, or like not even bother with the gear shift at this stage. I'll put the gear shift afterwards. Maybe that's what I need to do. Is this just how this works? Like, with like the rotation speed controller? Okay, that works. So what is up with this block? Let me ponder this. Is that just how these things are designed? Right, they relay rotation from their axis. The speed can be configured. I mean, that's it. That's all there is to this ponder, pretty much. That's all it's supposed to do. But, like, surely I'm not just being that dumb. I mean, you guys can see that it goes the same direction regardless of which button I'm holding. Whatever, okay. Well, it took a lot of toiling when I figured that out. So now we can speed it back down. I mean, that's still really fast. What? Here, I'll put it at 6-7 speed. It's the same as if it's at 1. What? Fuck this design, bro. Okay, all I wanted to do was make a little rocket silo, and this is giving me so much trouble. Let's just build the silo. Call it a day. Okay, so let's just build another rocket. Make it out of iron or something. Make it very simple. And then I was going to engage it and disengage it with magnets. So we could put one magnet like this. And actually, wait, how would that work? Because then it would get stuck. I guess, well, what I could do is put the magnet on the bottom, but then the thruster is going to be on the bottom. Well, okay, this is what we'll do. We'll put a magnet in the floor. So the magnet is active, and then we'll disengage it with a redstone link. Okay, so when I press space, the magnet will get turned off, which will allow the rocket to go up. Or it'll at least unlock it, and then when I hit the thruster, it'll go up. That works. And they'll put another magnet on the bottom. Make sure it's the opposite end so they attract. And this one can just be active, I guess. Okay, so if I do that, that's magnetized. God, it's not going to be the most stable rocket. And then when I press space, the magnets will get disengaged. Oh god, that is not going to be very safe when it's rolling out of here. Oh well. All right, let's build the rest of the rocket. We'll do 2 thrusters on the sides. I'm just going to do creative thrusters just for this demonstration. Oh god. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, I'm getting... Oh, god. Oh dear. Calm down. I can't even see what I'm doing though. I get it. Oh, I got it. without damaging the magnets. Let's go. Why was it active? Because there's redstone torch? Like, they're not active all the time. Which way is down? I think that's down. Oh, they connect to the side like that? That's so cool. Oh, wait, so why is that one active? Relax. I am having so many problems right now. Jesus. I just wanted to build a little rocket. It's because the lever, I think, on the magnet was, you know, screwing it up. So I can't put the rockets right there, otherwise they're going to get active. So, I mean, I guess I'll just do this. Okay. This is the worst missile silo ever. Okay, so in theory, this all works, though. Let me just tilt this a little bit so it's a little prettier. So the rocket is currently being held in place by a magnet, which I will say I'm putting a lot of faith in that magnet that would be able to overcome the power of these rockets, but it's fine. So we will disengage the magnet and then activate the rockets. Whoa! Oh, man. Fuck. Well, there goes the rocket. How did that happen? Okay, that's gone. That's not coming back. Whatever, bro. I'm having so many problems. Let's just call it here. This has been a very fun video. I've learned more about aeronautics. Clearly, the game needs me to take a break. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.